What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Holy smokes, the breaking news today, as reported originally by The Hollywood Reporter and then re-reported everywhere, this spreading like wildfire. Spider-Man 3's official villain revealed, and it's none other than Jamie FOXX ELECTRO from The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Now listen, we've been reporting a ton of stuff here at the channel over the last year, and taking a step back, it's pretty easy to see the how and the why this is happening. We're going to break down exactly what they said in the report, and then cover just how in the world a different villain from a different universe is going to make his way into the MCU. Oh, and of course what this means for the Sinister Six. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray Bill and our 3rd and final Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, breaking literally within the last hour from The Hollywood Reporter and now re-reported everywhere under the headline Spider-Man 3 about to get a huge jolt that Jamie FOXX is in final discussions to reprise his role as Electro and feature as the villain in Spider-Man 3. Now immediately, any fans of the MCU or the previous Spider-Man iterations from Sony will recognize that Jamie FOXX Electro was actually one of the villains from The Amazing Spider-Man featuring Andrew Garfield, and it doesn't make a lot of sense initially how he would make his way into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, but actually it does. Now the report that has been on the lips of everybody pretty much since the re-signing of the agreement late last year, it was right around this time last year between Sony and Disney, is that Marvel is indeed heading towards a straight-on Spider-Verse, and this initially claimed by Mikey Sutton, friend of the channel and industry insider, but the theory is that Sony was going for a full-on Spider-Verse crossover, eventually bringing back Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and we've had several reports between now and then on all of that. It makes a lot of sense in the same way that they brought back J. Jonah Jameson from the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Verse that we saw in the post-credit scene from Spider-Man 2, that this villain could make his way over, and it all centers around the multiverse. Now, it's important to note that previously Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which would have been the conclusion from the lead-in from WandaVision, was supposed to come out before Spider-Man 3, but now with the reissuing of the slate, Spider-Man 3 is set to come out in December of next year, before the release in 2022 of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. What it seems like their plan here is to do is to bring in other villains from all of the verses in the same way that it was reported. Remember that Sir Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman were approached by Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, possibly to reprise their role as X-Men. It looks like they're going to use the multiverse as a full-on explainer for all the previous film and cinematic iterations of the Marvel Universe, that way canonizing them all, but not bringing them in to the main continuity and narrative. It's also interesting to think about, we were wondering how they would ever cross Venom and Morbius into the MCU, what the plan there was, and originally, if you remember from the Morbius trailer, it wasn't only the Easter egg of Adrian Toome's Vulture right at the end there to tie it to the MCU and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but the Spider-Man graffiti on the wall in the background was actually that of a PlayStation Spider-Man. A lot of people were questioning what's going on here. It looks as though the MCU and Kevin Feige are going to take the macro approach and basically pseudo-canonize every version of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse and or the multiverse versions. Remember, we just reported that perhaps John Krasinski could play an alternate Captain America, the same for Tom Cruise playing an alternate Iron Man, and they were both originally up for the roles. It seems like now the plan here is to have it be a free-for-all with the multiverse, and Sony, as reported by Mikey Sutton originally, an industry insider we trust, a friend here at the channel, said that they were always going full-on Spider-Verse. He has claimed this since the re-signing of their agreement. It looks as though that's Sony's wish and they're going to get it. And when you consider that we were thinking about how in the world would they get Morbius and Venom into the MCU, if they're going to bring Electro over from Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, then bringing Morbius and Venom over that haven't even set up these rules of having a different Peter Parker don't seem like that much of an issue. Oh, and by the way, this all ties to the eventual introduction of the Sinister Six, famously Electro a member of that, and we've been talking about the build-up for this for quite some time. But before we get into just that, I want to talk about the Multiverse of Madness, the shuffling of the slate, what's going on with WandaVision, and why this sort of looks like it's going to make sense and get all wrapped up with that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. If the multiverse has been truly blown open, and it could tie back to some of the loose ends that Loki will explain when we get his series finally in Disney Plus. He took off with the Tesseract, and at least in that point, in that timeline, you can't return the Infinity Stone. Remember, the Ancient One warned against this. It could be that just that one branch led to a complete unraveling of the multiverse, and then when you get to WandaVision and what's going on with Scarlet Witch and her creating her own pocket universe, whatever nefarious action may be up there from Mephisto trying to manipulate that, it seems as though the multiverse is going to be in complete shambles, and the Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness is going to be the way to wrap that up in the way that an Avengers crossover film would. Getting this in now makes me kind of think that getting Electro in the way that Sony wants to set up the Spider-Verse is going to be a huge window for Spider-Man 3. So whereas we thought it was sort of like the finishing of the trilogy for Spider-Man 1 and 2, it feels as though it may end up becoming its own thing, with Sony very aware that this is their opportunity to get this all crossed over. And you can't help but to think, with Jamie Foxx's most recent success with that superhero show that he had, I think it was on Netflix, I myself didn't see it, I believe it was called Powers, a lot of people really liked that. Maybe that was his in to taking up the role of Electro again. But I will say, and I mean this, I'm going to say what I say, it's a hot take, I did not think he was a good Electro in Amazing Spider-Man, and there's going to have to actually be an amazing redemption here for this character. Yeah, it was a long time ago, a way different script, different writers in a different universe under a different studio house, but it still exists. And if, guys, you don't remember how cringeworthy it is, go watch the Itsy Bitsy Spider-Man scene right now and let me know what you think, guys. Let me know all your comments down below. I am super curious how you feel about this, and let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 700,000 subscriber mark, which we will indeed switch over to the PlayStation 5 once we have them in hand. But with the limits to pre-orders and the way technology has gone this year, who knows when that'll be. So in the meantime, we're almost about to hit 700. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray Bill and our 3rd and final Infinity Saga box set, which we'll be giving away during the holiday season, regardless of the subscriber count in December. We're just a couple of months away from that. We've already given away 2 here at the channel. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the Beta Ray Bill, the Infinity Saga box set, or any of the other future prizes we give away here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on to keep up with the channel. Leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of the videos, the same way we're doing here. And if you've missed any of the previous winner announcements, no worries. All you have to do, scroll back to the channel, look for the winner announcement in the sub count in the title, click on that video, scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.